Alright, so, just so we get it out there for all the world to see, tomorrow is the 19th, and that is going to be a formative. Okay, so you got a formative on tomorrow. Okay. Then on Thursday, the 25th, you've got a summative quiz. Okay. That's a Thursday, because we don't have school on that Friday. Okay. Then on Thursday, May 2nd, you have the Unit 8 test. Okay. Then on Thursday, the 9th, and Friday, the 10th, you will have your second half of the NTC fund. After that, well, then Mr. Roth and I have to get them corrected. And then we have to get them back to you, or we have to get your grades back to you to determine if you are going to take the credit or not. You know what I mean? So we've got to do some calculating, and we've got to get those, so that you have to sign off on, yes, I want the grade, no, I don't want the grade. But we can always fill it out right now, too. Like if you haven't signed up yet for NTC, we need you signed up yet for that. Okay? Right? So that's the plan, and then seniors are done on the 16th. Okay. So, yep, that's a Thursday. Thursday the 16th is the seniors last day. Then Friday, elementary walk and graduation practice. Okay? All right, let's do it. So, pick up where we left off yesterday. So, we're going to have to use completing the square techniques. Remember, we're going to use those first 5 steps of completing the square to get it into the proper form. And then from there, we can graph it and get all the key points and all the things that we need for it. Okay? So first thing we got to do is we got to figure out what it is. What is this one? The parabola. Why is it a parabola? 1 squared term. That's it. Just 1 squared term. Okay? Right? And since it's y squared, that means we're going to get it into the y minus k quantity squared equals plus or minus 4p times x minus h form. Because it's y squared. Okay? Which means that it's a left or a right opening parabola. Okay? All right? So grouping y's, I'm going to group my y's together. And I'm going to move everything in this case, because the x's have to move off to the other side. I'm going to get that. With me so far. All right. Now I look at what my b value is going to be. What is the b value that I'm looking at? Negative 10. I need to divide that by 2, -5, and then I need to square that divided by 2, +25. So +25 is going to fill that gap, and then I have to rebalance my equation by adding 25 onto that side. Okay. This side becomes y minus 5. Quantity squared equals 20x plus 40. Now, to make this right side look like 4p times a parentheses, I am going to factor out the x coefficient there. So my ending equation is going to look like that. That's the standard form of this parabola. Now from that, we can graph it. What is my vertex? -2, +5. Which way does it open? Right, because it's a positive 4p value. It's a y squared, so that means it's going to open to the right. Okay. What is my p value? 5. Because 4p is equal to 20, so p has to be equal to 5. Okay. That means then that I can find my focus. My focus would be 5 units to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So my focus would be there at the point 3, 5. I can find my directrix. That's going to be 5 units to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's going to be x equals -7. I can find my axis of symmetry. Y equals 5. How wide is my parabola at the focus? 10. So my width is actually 20, but that's 10 up and 10 down, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And so all of this stuff here would be the key points. Agree? Questions, comments, concerns, clarifications? No? You try that one. So what's this going to be? It's going to be a hyperbola. And it's going to be, since x squared is positive, that means it's going to be an x minus h quantity squared over a squared minus y minus k quantity squared over b squared equals 1 type of hyperbola. Okay? So let's group our stuff. So then that's going to be 16x squared minus 96x, leave a space, minus 9y squared plus 36y, leave a space, equaling 36. Agree with my first setup. So far, so good. Okay. Then I've got to factor out a 16 from here. What is that, 6? I've got to factor out a negative 9 from here. Now here's the kicker that most people forget. That's got to switch to negative 4 then. Right there. So they got to factor out a negative 9. You're going to keep that minus sign in play. And that equals 36. So for my x's, my b is going to be negative 6, which means when I divide that by 2, that's going to be negative 3, which means when I square that, that's going to be positive 9. So I'm going to add 9 there, but really, how much am I adding? 144. Yeah. Then I have to go do my y's. My b here is now negative 4, which means when I divide that by 2, that's negative 2. And when I square that, that's 4. So really I'm adding 4 here, but really what am I doing on the left side? I'm subtracting 36, right? Because negative 9 times 4 is negative 36. So that means I've got to subtract 36 from that side. Okay. So then that's going to give me 16 times x minus 3 quantity squared minus 9 times y minus 2 quantity squared, and that's going to equal 144. So now I divide everything by 144. And that gives me x minus 3 quantity squared over 9 minus y minus 2 quantity squared over 16 equals 1. With me through that. Questions on any of that up to this point? Okay. So let's get to graphing this then. First off, where is my center? 3, 2. My A value is 3. My B value is 4. So that means I'm going to go left and right 3, up and down 4. Draw in my box. Which direction does this hyperbola open? So it opens left and right. So that means that my vertices would be at the left and the right sides. So that's going to be 0, 2, and 6, 2. The slope of my asymptotes is going to be plus and minus B over A. So that's 4/3. Luckily for us, we have y-intercepts, or the side of the box is on the y-axis. So my y equals positive 4/3 x, and y equals negative 4/3 x. So the positive slope would be that one. So that would give me the -2. The negative slope would be that one. Come on. I did not expand it. That's not what I wanted. Ah, so frustrating. I don't know why it's doing that this year. It's doing it all year for me. There. So that gives me the positive slope had a -2 for a y-intercept. The negative slope had a 2 for +6 for a y-intercept. Lastly, we had c squared is equal to a squared. Oops, not a squared. A squared is 9. Plus b squared is 16. So c squared is 25. So c is 5. So we can go left and right 5 for our two foci. So the foci would be at -2, comma 2, and 8, comma 2. And then we can draw it in. Questions, comments, concerns, clarifications? That negative sign will get you every time. Okay? So on this one, we just want you to classify the conic, okay? And then find all the key parts of it. You don't have to graph this one. Okay? Just classify and then find all of the parts of whatever you have. Might help to rewrite it like this, right from the start, to see what it is. Okay? So we should see, because that we have we have 2 squared terms, so that means it's a circle, ellipse, or a hyperbola. But then when I write it this way, now I'm subtracting the x squared from the y squared, so it ends up being a hyperbola. Okay. Oh, what do we got? 45, 9. So then key points would be, we have the center at 7, comma 2. We would have it opening left and right. So that means my vertices are going to be left and right. So they're going to be left 3. So that would be 4, comma 2 and 10, comma 2. My slope of the asymptotes is going to be plus and minus 1/3. Move this up a little bit.
plus and minus 1/3 for the slope of the asymptotes. So then, if I'm using y equals mx plus b, then that's going to be 2 equals 1/3 times 7 plus b, and 2 equals negative 1/3 times 7 plus b. So this is going to be 6/3 equals 7/3 plus b. So 1/3 is going to be b. 6/3 is going to equal negative 7/3 plus b. So 13/3 is going to equal b. So my asymptotes are going to be y equals 1/3 x plus 1/3, and y equals negative 1/3 x plus 13/3. C squared is going to be a squared plus b squared. So c squared is going to be 10. So c is going to be the square root of 10. Since it opens left and right, we're going to add that and subtract that to the x part of my second. And those are the key things that you need to find. Okay? Again, on your homework, on your purple homework this week, on the front side, you need to put them all in standard form and classify all 10 of them. On the back side, you only need to graph one parabola, one circle, one ellipse, and one hyperbola. Okay? One of each. I don't care which one from the front you do.